Hey man, we're in the second episode of Askees and Coffee. I hope you've watched the first one. I hope you've been following me on the different Instagrams and you've been sending in your questions because yeah, I am ready to support the community. As you can see in my hand, the coffee is here because today's topic, yo no, it's serious. It's serious, ngenda. So I need to give it the time that it deserves, and that's why my coffee is ready. Today's question is how to survive or pass university cause wow. How to cope nje ka university. Hey, yo, tough. So how can we do this? How can I help you cope ka university? First of all, university is tough for everyone. There isn't a course that is not going to chow someone. As much as obviously we joke because people who do medicine and engineering and accounting, you're doing very serious, difficult, time, sensitive things. But the thing that will always make university more difficult for all of us is that we come from a high school system where we were spoon-fed. We were given everything. Everything was organized, tightly knit, tightly woven for you to succeed. And then, all of a Sunday, the world thinks, when I are ready to be an adult, ukuzimele emhlabeni and do as you please. So in the beginning, the do as you please is incredibly dangerous. Because do as you please is reckless if they don't have self-discipline. If we really want to begin the journey of how do I cope, we need to first ask ourselves, why am I not coping? What is the exact thing that's causing me to feel like I'm not coping? Hey, sorry about that. I'm sure you were busy, taking deep notes. But I just wanted to tell you that, it's also possible that some of your stresses are coming because mentally you are just not with us and that you need some support there. Half an hour can do a lot for a person in just getting your mind to be free, getting out of the fog, getting out of your own way, and getting back to being great. So my practice is called Inspired to be Great. I offer different kinds of services. So click on this link, look through my services. Who knows, you could finally become inspired to be great. All right, that's it. You can go back and take all your incredibly detailed notes. Then secondly, what is the standard at which I am measuring myself? Am I expecting too much of myself too soon? Am I looking around me and comparing myself to people, not knowing their journey, not knowing their story of why they seem amazing? Because we have to accept, some of us are just coming from backgrounds where we couldn't really focus on ourselves. We were living for other people. We were living to please other people. We were living to impress other people. So we haven't done a lot of self-work and we just jump onto different things because we want to find new experiences and try new things and try things we felt people were, keeping from us. And then we just get caught up. So that's the first thing. It's making me warm. Kuyabanda. Okay, now, the thing about not coping, we need to be very accurate about what is it that's causing us not to cope. Is it my lack of time management? Is it me procrastinating out of, arrogance, thinking I always will have time? Is it that because I don't understand the work, or there's a module I don't understand, or there's a subject that I'm just not getting, it's demotivating me and just spreading the demotivation across my subjects? Is it that when I'm at university, I don't have the self-discipline to focus? Is it the company that I'm keeping? Am I surrounded by fellow people whose only comment is how hard and how difficult things are? So I'm just singing the same chorus? Or is it that the people I'm hanging around with aren't serious either? So I feel as if being around them makes me have to also claim that everything is under control, but deep inside, angi-coping. Because to pass university, clearly there are people always graduating. Yeah, passing at this thing. But also clearly there are a lot of people failing. So yeah, failing at this thing. So we all have to be very much self-aware about ourselves and be honest. If you know that the reason that all these projects that are due at the same time caught up with you because you procrastinated, it wasn't the university's fault, it was yours. If you know that you haven't been attending lectures with the kind of dedication that you should, it's you, not the university. If you know that instead of giving more time to the stuff that you're not understanding, you are relaxing or getting into this warped cycle of complain, and vent, but I never change myself, it's your fault. Okay, let me not get too deep or too personal, especially if you are really battling. You might actually need a conversation with me, link. And I don't mind, let's talk it through. Let's figure it out. But here are some general principles I'm gonna give you. Some will work, some won't. And it's okay, because we're different people. But here are some things that you could try. First thing that you can try and do is sit down and go through the different subjects that you do and rate yourself from 0, I'm not coping, to 10, man, I'm flying through this. Go through each of them so you can actually identify at a clear, honest, objective level. Because when we say we're not coping, it sometimes exaggerates the fact that no, there's only a portion of my work that I'm struggling through, or it's only a subject that's hitting me, or it's only because I have to study so much at once that I say I'm not coping, but in general I'm okay. Because remember, we feed our mind that negativity and then it festers through everything that we do. And then obviously the ones where you start to pick up that, yeah, I'm struggling to rate it because actually I feel in between, or I'm not satisfied or whatever, those are the ones that you then need to go into a deep interrogative conversation about. What is it I'm not coping about? Is it the workload? Am I behind? Am my marks so low that I'm nervous I'm not going to get into the exam? Because that is a very practical way of seeing where do you stand and where can you start to focus in trying to repair your academic year. Then another thing that you can do is ask yourself, what are the things that I have done in reaction to me feeling like I'm not coping? Have I behaved like someone who wants to figure out how to solve my problems? Or have I been ignorant? Have I been in denial? Have I done things to cope that actually didn't solve the problem, but they made me feel better? I feel better. Isn't that the way things should go? But the thing about only focusing on what makes you feel better is that university can give you some really bad habits that will impact you for the rest of your life, all in the name of feeling as if like, at least I'm enjoying this thing. So we have to be careful in the things that we do in the name of coping. Otherwise, for some of us, we may be swapping a graduation for a baby shower. We might be one day having to sign up for some recovery program because what we used in university to cope has become so poisonous that as an adult, I cannot enjoy my success because I'm an alcoholic. All in the name of coping and feeling better. So in the name of not coping, we need to think, how much of these things that I'm not coping are caused by me? And how much of it is caused by the university? And what is caused by me, take full accountability and put in the steps to fix it. You really need to wrestle with self-discipline if that's your problem. How do I stick to my timetable? How do I begin working ahead of schedule? How do I resist this temptation that I continuously have to procrastinate? Who do I need to speak to? Because it's not Rick. That's the level of honesty we need. Because there's a gift that university gives us. You see, if all of us would simply leave high school and have to go become adults without something in between to give us some clear reality checks about how the world works, we will forever feel like we are behind. Because this feeling of not coping, or feeling like once I solve this thing, a new problem comes. These people want this from me. I woke up in the morning thinking that my day is gonna go like this, and then things just went left or right. Guys, that's how adulting feels every day. Many of the things you are ambitious about becoming this great professional, owning this beautiful house, you know, being with your beautiful life partner, spouse, husband, whatever, touring the world, having the riches that you can never think of. Do you understand how every day something happens in your life that you need to reason with? Do you understand how every single day, to be excellent, you need to wake up and perform? You have to wake up and produce. You have to wake up and be consistent. So these challenges that university is making you feel, where your lecturer is unreasonable and this is, they're stressing me, they're stretching me. Oh, I don't feel like these people understand that we're just young. Hey, do you understand that those dreams that you're busy having to justify why you're going to go to university and spend 4 years of your life studying, those ambitions are going to push you. And if you would leave university thinking that the best way to cope with not coping is denying, is not speaking to someone, is just going to groove and getting drunk or getting into an unhealthy relationship with someone, at least you feel better, you are going to struggle with adulting. So there's lessons there, man. As I said, I don't want this thing to be too long, but we really can't chat if you're struggling, because I get it. So yeah, university is giving you a taste of what the world will feel like. And what you need to push back on is any self-doubt that makes you feel like you're not good enough. You are good enough. You're there. Your brain is capable. You will manage. Just resist the temptation of giving in and believing that you could never finish. Because I don't know how you are going to do adulting where you have incredible responsibilities. Guys, the dreams you have, this lavish life you want to live, is full of responsibilities. This big paying job you dream of, do you understand you gotta be good every day? Do you understand? You have to perform every day. You don't have the luxury of just scraping through and just waiting for exam season and just killing it there. You could lose your whole freaking job. This business you're trying to start could fail because you can't deliver every day. So yes, university is the pits. It's stretching you, and the university you are in, you hate it because it doesn't take care of your mental health. It doesn't do many things it should do. It doesn't feel as organized as it ought to be. But let me tell you, so is life. So is every day. The world you're going to go into is also not going to be kind. So take the polishing of these 3, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years of studying that you might be in. And every day when you're finding these challenges of your time, of your capacity to keep giving, to keep delivering, accept it. Accept it. And then maybe, just maybe, when you get all these blessings that you are busy sowing seeds for, they won't kill you. Hey, this was a long one. I'm sorry. It deep. And listen, you can ask any question, guys. It doesn't even have to be a serious one. It will also be funny. I'll answer it. But hey, don't forget I'm here. Peace.